Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sifi. I'm a personal trainer and nutrition coach, and I'm also married to this, as well as being a proud mother to this and this. This video is sponsored by me and my signature coaching program, Macros and Mindset Mentorship, where I coach my clients on nutrition, exercise, emotional resilience, and actually align our behaviors with our goals to get the bodies we want. And as a coach, I work with women who've dedicated years of their lives to the belief that crash diets actually work and have been trying to lose weight for decades. They eat too much, they drink too much, sleep too little, and have their lives entirely run by the Roman dictators that live in their house that are children. Sometimes they have multiple children, and all have altogether got themselves completely lost when it comes to this minefield that is nutrition and actual successful weight loss.
I don't eat anything, and when I feel like I'm about to faint, I eat a cube of cheese.
And they end up overly restricting, only to go mental at the weekend, or because it's a holiday or an event, or because it's Wednesday. I sound like I'm describing a hot mess of a woman. I'm not. My clients really tend to have their shit together. They are dominating at work, they are dominating at parenting, they are dominating their professional lives. It's just this diet stuff that happens to be their
nemesis.
And what a pile of bollocks!
And one of the key things that frustrate my clients who are busy, who have prolific social lives, is how to stay on target and stick to their diet even when they eat out so much all the time. Well, I've got you, because I also like to go out to eat. And although I think a lot of people who are in my personal life presume I'm this socially awkward introvert, I will crawl out from underneath my rock and leave my house.
Sometimes.
This month, my baby turned 6, and I've got to do a backstory on this kid. He is committed to his passions. I used to walk past his room at night and I would hear my husband whispering into that child's sleeping ear hole,
Be obsessed. You can do whatever you want. Just be obsessed.
and I'm telling you, that subliminal messaging worked, because this child has an undying obsession with Big Ben. Yes, the famous landmark, Elizabeth Tower, that houses Big Ben, that Big Ben. We own everything. I mean, two of everything. This isn't even including the Legos, the statues, the homemade odes to Big Ben, the drawings, the pop-up books, and the countless hours I have spent watching YouTube videos of Big Ben. If you would like to regale me with your own knowledge of Big Ben, please feel free to put it in the comments below. Rocco will also be very sure to make corrections on everything I have to say. And whilst you're at it, you sneaky deaky little lurkers, I love ya, but do me a kindness. And no, you're not subscribed yet.
It's so annoying!
Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and leave me a comment below and let me know what's on your mind today. For Rocco's 6th birthday, we planned this Big Ben and Gingy from Shrek London extravaganza. And you are coming with me, because I am dieting, and when I diet, I choose to track my macros. If you want to know more about my methods for weight loss, then check out my latest video that tells you exactly how I lost 25 kilos with flexible dieting and tracking macros. 90% of my clients do track their macros at some point or another, and it can take a lot of getting used to when you're out and about, but much to the
Anger and the rage
of the fat positive and health at every size movement, nutritional details are becoming easier to access. Certainly mainstream restaurants, and let's face facts, if you're a parent, you're going to mainstream restaurants,
I'll have the little Wrangler dog and applesauce.
tend to have all the complete nutritional details on their websites and the calories right there on the menu. What I'm saying is, it's actually not that difficult, especially if you use an app like Myfitnesspal, which has a huge, extensive database which has pretty much every entry ever in it. What can be difficult is the mindset around food and food choices when we go out, and also your calorie and macro goals. I term it as budget. I feel pretty privileged when I'm dieting, because I diet down on quite high calories, but that's because I have prioritized my metabolic health for so damn long. I can actually eat a lot of calories even when I'm cutting, and my calories for the day were 2,500 calories. And this is a very different story from somebody who, say, is cutting down on 15, 16, 1,700 calories.
Oh, that's too bad. We're so sorry.
If you want to increase your ability to be able to eat more and raise those calories up, as well as lose weight at the same time, there's a link to my services in the description box below. I can sort you out. I've got you. Today's food is not an indication of how I eat regularly. I eat what I want, how much I want, whenever I want, according to my own preferences.
Personal preference.
I ate exactly what I felt like on the day. The only thing I was sure of was to be compliant with my overall calories and my protein goals. Again, I call this my budget. Ha! Are you ready? Okay, let's go. I kicked off my day with a normal breakfast. I love this breakfast. I am a creature of habit and I think I'll likely eat this until the day I die. This isn't my video. My video actually looked like pig slop. Whilst I ate my bowl of ambrosia, I checked out the menu for the restaurant we're eating at. So let's flash forward to the end of the day, but there's good reason for that. Come on. I was running a really tight schedule and I knew that dinner was going to be the main event and everything else that day was kind of going to be snacks on the run and I was going to have to go with the flow. Typically, if I'm on a cut, I will loosely map out what I'm going to be eating that day, but I couldn't do that because I didn't know where we were going to be going, so I wanted to plan on what we definitely knew we were doing. We wanted to take Rocco to the Jungle Cafe because my friend had just been there and she said that it was excellent. I looked at the menu ahead of time. I did not think the food choice looked excellent until I saw they had a Cobb salad, and then I was excited because in England you just don't ever see them on menus, or at least I have never seen a Cobb salad on a British menu. So I flitted between burger, Cobb salad, burger, Cobb salad, burger, Cobb salad, burger, Cobb salad, burger about 70 times, but I landed on the Cobb salad with a side of fries and also a portion of the seasonal greens. I also knew there was no way we were not going to be getting onion rings and sharing it as a family. And so I jammed it all into Myfitnesspal. In this video today, I am not going to show you actually how to put things into Myfitnesspal because I have got countless videos. These will all be linked below as to actually how to use Myfitnesspal and the features, which also takes you through full days of eating
with me.
Now here's the kicker. I couldn't actually find any entries from Jungle Cafe at all. For all that I was saying about Myfitnesspal and everything in the world's on there, yeah, couldn't find a thing. I was surprised. And so I could do one of two things. I could easily build out the meal myself because, I mean, the ingredients is all there on the menu. I could just literally plug that in myself and make a rough guesstimation that I can manipulate later on when I'm there and I can see the food in front of me. Or I could just go on and find another chicken Cobb salad on the Myfitnesspal database from another restaurant and guesstimate with that one. Now, if my progress in this cut was going slowly or if I was eating out multiple times that week, then I would choose to be much more accurate, but my cut is going swimmingly. Thank you very much for asking. So that being the case, I went lazy and I chose a random Cobb salad and I just made sure to average up. I chose Cobb salad that actually had higher calories than other ones because on Myfitnesspal, so remember it's an open database so anyone can put anything in and there's huge discrepancies. Now the thing is, when you go out to eat, restaurants want to make sure that you are having the best meal that they can possibly give you, so therefore they're going to bring out all the stops and all the deliciousness to make the meal taste really good, and we do this by having extra calories in the meal, by having like butter.
Chef, we need butter to gain about 50 pounds fast.
Butter fixes everything in this life. So at this stage in my cut, I don't really feel like I need to be that precise because everything's going well. But if it wasn't, you better believe that I would be on it. A little disclaimer here for the macro trackers who identify as being perfectionists and are A-type personalities like myself. Tracking in any way is always going to be a guesstimation. You can't be exact, especially when you eat out. Even when there are calories on the menu, you haven't got control. Sometimes you'll be given a huge portion and you'll know it's a big portion, and sometimes you'll be given a way smaller portion. But the idea is not to be exact, it's to be consistent. And consistent with your dietary habits over the weeks and months, not what you're doing meal by meal. This day of food may be well over my guesstimations, it may be well under, it doesn't really massively matter. All it's helping me do is navigate the rest of the week and making appropriate choices for my goals the rest of the week. So tracking this meal is just simply going to help me work out roughly what I'm playing with for the rest of the day. That being done, we drove to the station and jumped on the train. I wanted to be sure that I could pack a train, a car, a black cab, double-decker bus and a tube into my public transport automobile deprived son's life. We headed straight for Big Ben and I wept when I saw the sheer joy on his little face. You'll have to fast forward for a few minutes if you want to get to Act 2 where there's more food, but my video, my time, my channel, and I'm going to languish in my son's innocence, happiness and joy. Right there. After we had cried Big Ben 1,000 times and had spent over £40 on Big Ben and London landfill. Oh, he's so happy.
New Big Ben. That goes with your collection.
You just spend on that souvenir store.
£2.
We headed over to see Gingy and do the Shrek experience. Like I said, I had managed this trip down to the last 5 minutes and we had time to stop for a coffee. I usually have an oat milk flat white with an extra shot. They only had soy milk, so I had one of those, drank half and ditched it. We shared a cookie as a family and I had a quarter of it. You will always find that coffee shops and coffee trucks all largely sell exactly the same things in the same sizes. So I used Neon as my coffee entry and I also used Tesco's soft chocolate chip cookie, and I said that I had half to overestimate. We then told Rocco we were off to see Gingy and he was completely underwhelmed and couldn't give us stuff.
Who's that on that poster? Who's that? Right. Who?
That's a gingerbread.
That isn't that Gingy, the Gingy.
No, it's a gingerbread man.
Right, that was a bit disappointing.
I'm not gonna lie, it hurt my feelings. Once we were inside, we had the best time. The funniest part is when we get on a magic bus with Donkey and he takes us to far, far away and we crash, and Rocco was livid as he thought that we had left London, and he was like, well, is that it for Big Ben? Like, are we gone now? I thoroughly recommend the Shrek experience. I recommend take your kid there, or don't, I don't care. I just recommend it, it's great. We had a stroll around with Gingy under our wings and eyes firmly glued on Big Ben and decided to grab a sandwich from Pret and sit at Trafalgar Square. I had the New York Deli pastrami roll and I couldn't resist the cinnamon Danish. I also knew I had a lot of calories to get through and I thought it was going to be around a 350 calorie deal. I was wrong. It was like 500 calories. The joys of flexible dieting, eating cinnamon Danishes and losing weight. I also had a lemon water, but I didn't track it because calories are negligible. Skip forward to Act 3 with more food, but for now I'm back into the joy of watching my son's face as he takes it all in and staring at my husband's rather delicious bottom. Oops, I forgot, it's 2022 and we shouldn't compliment people's bodies any longer because they might become triggered. Sorry.
Billion people. Which is the correct position?
We then grabbed the Tuk Tuk Kids bus tour and we sat in about 30 minutes of traffic.
Big Ben again.
Years ago.
Look, Big
Cost a lot of money.
Look.
About 10 billion.
There was some kind of exhibition or march going on, and internally I died inside. It was putting me off my schedule.
Wow, look at that. That's a very big size, isn't it? London's most famous.
It's ginormous!
Oh, the House of Parliament. The building all your neck.
Look at it, Dad, it's
Politicians will be talking all day and all
ginormous.
night. But having the weekend off, making lots of important decisions in there.
Okay, this
Be
is.
quiet!
Oh,
Look, Big Ben!
I'll let him get away with that one time.
It's ringing!
I really wanted to arrive on time to Hamleys. I thought the tour was expensive and we did not travel up the mile that I was expecting to. However, the tour guide was fantastic and Rocco had the best time seeing his BFF again, up close and personal.
Now, I'm going to introduce you to Sophocles on the 31st of May, 1859. Held back to this site by 6 reporters in a 2-mile formation.
Wait, first when we got to London I saw
You did.
it
Looks-
so bright that it's
We were turfed off and we made our way to Hamleys. It was my first time ever too, and honestly, I think I got way more out of it than Rocco.
I have to get them. It's just happening. It's happening. We're getting the Regan as well. And then, I'm getting straight.
After Hamleys, we had 45 minutes to spare and I wanted to go to the American Candy Store. I am not evangelical when it comes to food, and I am certainly not of the
Eating this will give you cancer!
Avoid all chemicals. Natural flavorings and artificial sweeteners are work of the
Devil.
School of thought. However, after reading the labels of just a few of these things, it was a big fat no from me, and we noped out of there and went straight to the M&M shop because Rocco was so excited to get some sweeties. I did not eat sweeties today. And that's because I had a huge cinnamon Danish earlier, and I was also about to have a large portion of fries as well as an alcohol-free beer. And I don't need to be eating sweeties on top of that as a full grown-up adult. I will eat sweeties once more, just not today. But you know what? I didn't die, nor was I triggered into binging because I said no to myself this one time.
What did you get?
I'm going to eat these on the train.
Are you?
Yeah.
Come then.
We then headed to the Jungle Cafe, Rainforest Cafe, whatever it's called. And we had our dinner. I had my alcohol-free beer. And the whole restaurant sang happy birthday to Rocco.
Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wanted something special, we made it just for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would have died. He lapped it up. I left a quarter of the salad because it was really incredibly filling. So I just adjusted this in Myfitnesspal, which was just as well because remember the Danish? Yeah, it put me over a bit. But not to worry because I managed to claw it back. And we called it a day. The day was a massive success. We hopped on the train home and Rocco, fueled by Big Ben's memory and ice cream sundae and a bunch of M&Ms, vibrated all the way home, leaving two very, very exhausted parents who were contemplating their life's choices. I ate a square of dark chocolate, watched 15 minutes of Stranger Things, and then we hit the sack. Hurrah and success! And that's it for this week's video. Were you riveted? Did you get something from this? Was it helpful? Let me know by leaving me a comment below. Don't forget to press subscribe, hit the bell notification, and hit like or thumbs down. Don't really care. Any engagement is good engagement at this point. And if you subscribe, I'll see you next time.